Most people don't have a bad color palette. They just have one that doesn't talk to itself, and not in a crazy way. But you know the feeling. You paint one room, it looks perfect. You're feeling good about yourself, maybe even a little smug, perhaps. But then you move to the next room, pick another color you love. Why not? And suddenly that first color, it looks completely wrong, and it's not your fault. Because building a cohesive whole home palette is harder than people think. It's not about matching, it's about creating a flow that actually makes sense. So today, we're fixing that. Are you looking for a full-service online color consultation? Check out the link below because we are offering a personalized color consultation service with Maria, our full-time consultant. You can have a back and forth communication to make sure you're picking the right colors for your space. Details are all below. These are the 3 biggest mistakes people make when creating whole home color palettes and how to actually avoid them. Sometimes less is more. When I'm helping clients or painting my own spaces, I always like to start with one great neutral, a foundation color, oftentimes called the main color, something that can go almost anywhere in the house, because finding that one balanced tone gives you a sense of direction. It's your starting point, but that doesn't mean you have to end up with it everywhere. The mistake I see all the time is people find that one perfect color and then they decide to literally paint their entire house with it. And on paper, that sounds okay. You're thinking it'll make everything cohesive, right? But what actually happens is your home starts to feel very flat. Like every wall is singing the same note in unison, just under different lighting. And that's the thing, because lighting changes everything. North-facing rooms make colors look cooler and a bit duller. South-facing light warms everything up, sometimes a bit too much. And then east and west lighting shift throughout the day. So your color never even looks the same for 12 straight hours. So if you use the exact same color everywhere, you're not creating flow. You're just exposing how inconsistent your light is. The fix? Keep the undertones consistent, not the color itself. Say your main color family is a soft, balanced grayish. Start your story with Balboa Mist in your entryway. It's airy, approachable, and bright enough to set the tone for the rest of the house. Move to classic gray to your hallway. Same undertone family, just a bit lighter. It opens up those transitional spaces and helps bounce what little light hallways usually get. Then deepen things with maybe thunder in your den. Still warm, still connected, but richer and more enveloping. It feels cozy, grounded, and perfectly complements the lighter spaces nearby. These 3 colors are all part of the same rough family of colors, they just perform at different volumes. And that's what creates harmony. Less color, more purpose. Start with one great neutral and let the light guide you from there. Undertones. They're the silent killers of color flow. They're the reason your neutral beige suddenly looks pink, or your soft gray starts pulling green next to your couch. You can have 5 colors that look amazing on their own, but if one's got yellow undertones, another has red, and the next leans slightly violet, it's chaos. Your house starts to feel like a group chat where no one's listening. Everyone's just muting it. This usually happens because people choose colors in isolation. They find something they love online or on a swatch without considering how it interacts with everything else. So here's what I do every single time. I start with the fixed finishes, the keepers. Your floors, your countertops, your backsplash, your tile. Those are your non-negotiables, as long as you're keeping them. If your flooring leans warm, like a golden oak or a walnut, lean into that warmth with colors like feather down, classic gray, or natural cream. They'll feel cohesive and intentional. But if your home has cooler elements, like gray floors, marble with blue veining, or black windows, Collingwood, Balboa Mist, or Calm are safe bets there. And if you're not sure, line up your samples side by side on white paper. You'll instantly see which undertones are fighting each other. It's a small trick that saves people from a lot of repainting. Because it's rarely that a color is bad, even though I say that sometimes. It's just bad next to something else. And then there's the third big mistake, no accent planning. This one's sneaky. You start strong, pick your main wall color, and then think, we'll figure out accents later. But accents are what makes your space feel layered and personal. They're the difference between nicely painted and thoughtfully designed. And you don't need to go wild with them either. You just need to plan them early enough that they feel connected to your main palette. The foundation color sets the mood, but your accent colors add the rhythm. If your home's filled with warm neutrals, your accent doesn't need to be bold. It can be something rich and earthy, like one of my favorites, chimichurri, a deep green that feels organic and cozy, especially when paired with wood or brass. Or go for a good old silhouette, Benjamin Moore's color of the year. It's a moody espresso brown instantly adds sophistication. You can use it on cabinetry, built-ins, or even interior doors. It's rich, kind of subtle, surprisingly, but statement-making nonetheless. And here's my rule of thumb. You don't need 10 accent colors. You maybe need 2. Then sprinkle them throughout your decor, in fabrics, art, or accessories. That repetition creates familiarity, the kind that makes a space feel designed. The truth is, a good whole home palette isn't about matching everything. It's about connection. Your colors should feel like chapters in the same story. Each one has its own purpose and tone, but together, they make sense. Your entryway should feel welcoming. Your kitchen, bright and lively. Your bedroom, calm and grounded. And when you move from one to another, it should feel like the same home, not a mood swing. And if all of that sounds overwhelming, that's literally what our palette pyramid service is built for. I create custom color systems designed for your home's lighting and finishes. You get 1 main color, 2 supporting tones, and 3 finishing accents, all balanced for real-world light and cohesion. You can start your palette at thepaintpeople.com. It's fast, it's personalized, and it's a lot less painful than repainting your house because you guessed wrong. So yeah, the 3 big mistakes: using the same color everywhere by default, mixing undertones without realizing it, and skipping your accent planning. Fix those 3 things, and suddenly your home starts to feel like a conversation, not a debate. Because color isn't about perfection, it's about connection. And when it's done right, you stop noticing the paint and start noticing how right your home feels.